So we just got done talking about the four phases of forgiveness: the uncovering phase, the decision phase, the work phase, and the deepening phase. Now, once you go through that worksheet and you fill it out, I want you to just sit with it, right? I just want you to just be there with it. I want you to just learn what you just acknowledged, right? So that you can learn to accept, so that you can learn to let go. That's going to be the idea. So work through that and marinate after you finish it. Read it after you finish it so that you can actually absorb it and allow it to work through you. Don't just work on it. And as soon as it's done, it's like, hey, I forgave. No, that's not how that works. You've got to implement the feelings into your life. Now, that's the first exercise. The second exercise here is all about the forgiveness letter. Write two different letters, one to you and one to them. This is going to be a fun one. This is one of my favorite practices that I allow a lot of my patients, my clients, or my friends to work through. It's the forgiveness letter, because here's the first thing to this forgiveness letter to understand: that forgiveness is a choice. Forgiveness is a choice, and that choice is one made of love, not hate. It's made from your heart, not your hurt. And you can't be loving and hateful at the same time. If you're getting resistance to this forgiveness process, just remember that the resistance that you're currently experiencing from doing the right thing is always a call to action to love even more. Let me say that again. If you are getting resistance to this forgiveness process, just remember, hold on to this thought, that the resistance from doing the right thing is always a call to action to love even more. Your ego just wants you to be in control, and it wants to be right. Your heart just wants to love. So how we are going to forgive is that you are going to write this person a forgiveness letter. That's the idea. You're going to write this person a forgiveness letter. Now, before you get into your panties in a wad and you're not giving them this letter, okay? You're going to write this letter to them, but you're not going to give this letter to them. This is for you and your own liberation, but I do want you to write this as if you were going to give it to them. Figuratively, you're going to give it to them, but not literally. Things to note here is there is no wrong way to do this exercise. The right way is to simply just speak from your heart, to allow your heart to throw up on the page. If you find yourself in your head while you're writing, take a deep breath. Feel your senses in your body and just begin to write. Allow it to flow. The purpose of that is that when you write quickly and you write from your heart, you will give yourself more room to be in the flow state, to speak your truth, to speak whatever comes to mind and into heart. When you write slowly, sometimes that means you're second guessing yourself and you're overthinking it. So simply just speak from your heart and write quickly. Also, the more that you write and the more in depth that you do go with each topic, the better you're going to feel. So if you're really are ready to heal the past, then you need to give this all that you've got. Spend an hour, spend up to 2 hours, just write notebooks worth. So no holding back, because you don't want to half-ass love. Okay. Forgiveness is a form of love. So writing the letter, this is the outline that I want you to follow. I'm going to share my screen once again. You know how this works, right? Exercise number 2 is about the forgiveness letter. This letter is going to help you feel more free and liberated from your past pain and your partner that has put you through hell. Writing the letter outline. First step is going to be like, I'm sorry for. Step 2, I forgive you for. Step 3, the truth is. And step 4, and I thank you for. Okay, so number 1, write out any emotion that you have. Speak your truth and communicate everything you want to say to them. Everything from the fuck yous to the I love yous, just say it, work through it, get your emotions out of the way first. Step 2, is forgive them. But Tyler, like, what do I even say? What do I even say? What do I even begin to say? What do I begin to even write? How do I begin to actually move on? How do I begin to let go? Well, your heart's going to know. Trust it. Allow it to work with you this time around. Have you ever written a love letter before? If so, this is something that is very true to that. Was all from your heart. In the same energy, write this forgiveness letter to that person. So you'll start off with, I forgive you for. Begin the process. 3, forgive yourself. This is where you forgive yourself for anything you beat yourself up for. Any shame, any guilt, any resentment, any anger, frustration, you just need to learn how to forgive yourself. A good place to start is, I'm sorry for The more in depth you go, the better. So it's, remember, I forgive you for putting me through this separation, taking me through this divorce, and putting our kids in this place. I forgive you for making me feel so alone in this empty house. I forgive you. Continue to forgive. What have you been feeling painful about? I forgive you for. Then you're going to say, I'm sorry for. And then you're going to work on the truth is. This is the part where you see from the higher perspective, from your heart rather than your hurt. You're going to write the truth is over and over and over and over again. Dig deep here and see this from your heart and not your hurt. Look with your heart for the lessons on how this person being in your life actually made you a better person all around. When you can see that, you can be grateful for that experience instead of hating it. Right? So like something that I think about often is the painful past that I was put through is something I never want to go through again. So I'm never going to show up as that person that has put me through that. So when you go through a tough time because someone hurt you, you'll never want to hurt someone else, because ultimately, if you have a good heart, you don't want to hurt someone else and you don't want to go through that again. So you don't do what they did, the choices that they made, the decisions that they put into your life. Listen, when you go through a struggle, that struggle should become a breakthrough for you, because ultimately you're going to learn your lessons if you do it correctly. So anyway, just go on the truth is. So I actually have going to attach here. It's right with music. Pull up a playlist to help you to be all in your emotions. I want you to think movie soundtrack themes, but I've uploaded some amazing healing infused music, and I highly recommend you listen to it while you write this out. So actually here on my screen, you're going to go here and you're going to get this document here, which is basically going to allow you to listen to music that I oftentimes write to, especially when I want to get emotional about it, right? And so these are the 4 phases here. So once again, I'm sorry for, I forgive you for, the truth is, and then finally, I thank you for. You're going to write out things that you're thankful for. You cannot be grateful and upset at the same time. So being thankful and grateful, being, thankful and upset even, you can't be thankful for something and upset simultaneously. So then you're going to say, I thank you for giving me our 2 beautiful kids. I thank you for the life that we got to share. I thank you for whatever it might be that you feel like is true to you and in your heart. So that's exercise number 2. It's going to be simple, but it's going to be time consuming, because I need you to invest your time, energy, effort, emotion into this. And then once you do that, once you write the big old fuck you letter, I need you to basically go ahead and burn that letter. I need you to burn that letter. We've talked about this before, but burning that letter is going to help you to remove that negative energy. Don't reread that letter. Write it out, let it go. And finally, exercise number 3 here. Exercise number 3. I think this is such a powerful practice. Exercise number 3 is called the practice of the Ho'oponopono. My friends, the Ho'oponopono is what I wrote about in my book, The Big 3, where I teach people how to build joyful and loving relationships with themselves, others, and God after heartbreak. But I want to help you understand what the Ho'oponopono is, because it's so powerful. It's a spiritual practice that I feel like is going to help you to heal and accept total responsibility for everything that surrounds you. So I want to just help you understand that there are 4 simple steps to this Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian spiritual practice that involves learning to heal all things by accepting total responsibility for that thing, for everything that surrounds us, from confession to repentance to reconciliation. It's a beautiful practice. It's a practice that I recommend everyone work through, because actually, if you want to, excuse me, look at it online. Look up some YouTube videos on it. Ho'oponopono. It's such a beautiful spiritual practice. A lot of people that I've worked with in the past personally have put me through this practice. And once you really learn how to practice Ho'oponopono, you're going to feel the difference, because you're going to practice it until you do feel the difference ultimately. So what is the Ho'oponopono? How to practice it? How do you do it? Well, with your hand over your heart, right here, my friends, I need you to say the following. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. You're going to say this over and over. It's, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Now I'm going to walk you through this. Step one is about repentance. It's about saying, I'm sorry. The tradition holds that you are responsible for everything in your mind, even if it seems to be out there somewhere. Someone else did this to you. Once you realize that, it's a very natural to feel sorry. This realization can be painful for many people, but you will likely understand that there's peace that in your heart when you take responsibility for whatever weight that you made them suffer with as well. Remember, hurt people. And if you hurt them, they're going to hurt you. And even if you don't think you hurt them, look a little bit deeper, because we're imperfect people. Denying that you were part of the problem is going to stop you from healing. So once you realize that, it's a very natural thing to feel sorry. So this realization can be painful, and you will likely resist accepting responsibility for the out there kind of problems until you start to practice this method on your more obvious in here problems and see results. So for example, you could choose something that you already know you've caused for yourself, right? Whether it be addiction to nicotine, alcohol, or some other substance. Do you have anger issues? Do you have health problems? Whatever you're currently struggling with, start there and just say, I'm sorry. That's the whole step. I'm sorry. Understanding you are saying, I realize that I am responsible for the issue in my life, and I feel terrible. I feel remorse that something in my consciousness has me caused this. It's like, for me, just to get personal, I have stress, I have anxiety. And with that comes heart palpitations, chest pains. Like I kind of feeling it right now a little bit. And I put this pressure on me. I feel like I've always had to be perfect. I've got to be perfect. I should just stare at this and not read. But I'm like, listen, this is what I feel comfortable with. It's hard for me to because I have perfection on my head, and I'm like, I've got to show up, and I got to be perfect. And I got to be the best, and I've got to know it all. And blah, 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 blah. This puts so much angst on me, and it hurts. And so I literally try to continue to practice on a daily basis. So I'm sorry. And that's just me just saying, I realize that I'm responsible for the issue that I'm currently experiencing. And then I say, please forgive me. I'm asking myself to forgive myself. It means to don't worry about who you're asking. Just ask, please forgive me. Say it over and over until you mean it. Remember your remorse from step one as you ask to forgive. So it's when I think about the struggle that I put myself through, that I might have put other people through, maybe my wife, family, friends, I just think about it. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then please forgive me for the way that I act. And I say, thank you. I step into my gratitude. Remember, you can't be upset and ungrateful at the same time. So say thank you. Again, it doesn't really matter who you're thanking. What matters is that you thank your body for all it does for you. Thank yourself for being the best you that you can be, and the best you that you only knew how to be. You chose your best self at all times, even when you felt like you weren't your best. Thank God, thank the universe, thank whatever, but nonetheless, thank you. Okay? Thank you. And then finally, I love you. I love you. I love you is just saying, I love you, God. I love you, body. I love you, me. I love you. Just step in that energy. Feel that energy. Think about a person you love. Think about an experience when you felt love. Tap into that love and just say it to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And really put emphasis behind it. So once again, my friends, that is the Ho'oponopono that I need you to practice when you feel like you are struggling to forgive someone. It's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. That's what I need you to work on this week. And last but not least, one more thing I'm going to walk you through is we talked about forgiving them. We talked about working through a letter. We talked about the Ho'oponopono, the ancient spiritual Hawaiian practice. And now we're going to talk about finally the self-forgiveness letter. Self-forgiveness letter. The self-forgiveness can help us to release negative feelings that can hold us back and negatively impact our overall well-being. I need you to forgive yourself this week. I need you to not only forgive them, I need you to forgive yourself. I need you to write that letter, and I need you to practice the Ho'oponopono. I know I'm asking for a lot, but just work through me, work with it. You can take as much time as you need, but this is what needs to take place. Forgiving them, forgiving yourself, writing a letter is part of the practice of forgiving them. Ho'oponopono is more self-centered, and so is the self-forgiveness letter. So the self-forgiveness letter template offers a 4-stage approach to writing a letter of forgiveness to yourself. So I'm going to share this screen with you one more time, my friends, and this is going to be the last thing I share with you this week, and it's going to be, first thing is you got to take responsibility. Once again, self-forgiveness requires accepting the blame for your actions, but also showing self-compassion. So we're going to take responsibility for the heartbreak, the breakup, the separation, the divorce, even if we don't feel like it's our fault. Then we're going to begin to show remorse, right? Show remorse, guilt, regret, and shame feel bad, right? But they can also be powerful triggers for self-growth. This is where you're going to work through each exercises. We're going to take responsibility. You're going to show remorse. Then you're going to rectify your mistakes. Okay. Now that you are armed with the knowledge of your remorse, you got to learn how to apologize to yourself. Remember, apologizing to yourself is kind of like practicing the Ho'oponopono. You need to express it genuinely to yourself in writing and come up with some of the ways you can make amends to your current self for your past actions. It's like, hey, I'm sorry that I did what I did, but that's all that I knew how to do. So that's why I did what I did. I'm sorry that I didn't know better, but I'm glad I do now. It's that different mindset, right? And then finally, releasing past hurt. Learning from your past mistakes involves understanding why you committed the actions that now cause you pain. Consider the actions you might take to grow from the experience and avoid it again in the future. What will you do instead of the actions that cause you to feel hurt, pain, frustration, anger toward yourself? So that is what I want to wrap up this week with, this video with, is once again the self-forgiveness letter. Remember the overview real quick. You in the first video, you learned about what forgiveness is, why it's important, how you can forgive. Remember, forgiveness is a matter of the most important step for you to be able to let go, move on, and heal your heart's hurt. So you're going to practice the 4 phases of forgiveness worksheet. That is something that's going to help you to forgive them. Then you're going to write the forgiveness letter. This is going to be one of the most powerful moments of your life. Remember, it's a letter to them, but you're not sending it to them. And then you're going to practice the Ho'oponopono. It takes a couple minutes. Don't spend hours on it unless you want to, but hand over your heart, feel your heartbeat. I have a stethoscope over there hanging up. You can barely see it. It's right there. Or wait, right there. There we go. Okay. Anywho, it's the Ho'oponopono, right? It's once again practicing the steps of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And then you're going to finally, last thing but not least, is the self-forgiveness letter template. And it's the 4 steps. It's taking responsibility, showing some remorse for yourself, reflecting and rectifying on your mistakes, and finally releasing the past hurt. That's it, my friend. Listen, I'm here for you. You're here for you. Show up for yourself. Get into it. Get messy. Get into your emotions. Allow them to be freed up from the repression and suppression. Release them. You got this, my dear friend. I am here for you. Nonetheless, you know how to get a hold of me. You know how to reach out to me. Be there for yourself. I am here for you. And together, we're going to move through this. I'm excited for the next video.